Chosen one. August 1st will not be an ordinary day. This is not just a date on your calendar. This is a prophetic premiere. Heaven has rolled the cameras, and you are the main character in a divine film that the world didn't see coming. Something rare is already moving in the unseen, and your spirit has felt the tremor. You've sensed it in the quiet moments, in the subtle shifts around you, in the whispers you couldn't explain. This is not your imagination. This is your divine storyline coming alive. Your life is about to feel like a movie. Every glance, every message, every sudden opportunity will carry the weight of divine timing. Hidden revelations are about to surface. Unexpected plot twists will shake you awake. Conversations will land like scripted lines. Doors that once felt sealed will swing open as if heaven itself cued the scene. Nothing about August 1st is ordinary, because nothing about your calling is ordinary. Chosen one, I need you to stay until the very end of this message, because if you leave early, you'll miss the moment your soul has been waiting for. Watch closely, listen deeply, and let this prophetic script unfold through you. And before we begin, seal your alignment. Like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment 99 below. Why 99? Because it is the number of completion, the signal to heaven that you are present, aware, and ready for the final pieces of your story to click into place. This is the moment the divine camera zooms in. Are you ready for your scene? Chosen one. August 1st is not simply another sunrise. It is the opening scene of a divine masterpiece, the kind of scene that changes the way the entire story is remembered. Imagine the first frame of a blockbuster film. The theater goes silent, the lights dim, and your heart pounds because you know something extraordinary is about to happen. That's exactly what this day is in the spiritual realm. The script has been flipped. The narrative you've been living in, the waiting, the silent development, the moments that felt like nothing was moving, has reached the point of transition. Heaven has declared action. And suddenly, your life is no longer moving at the pace of ordinary time. On this day, everything will feel aligned. Life itself will appear to be in perfect choreography. Conversations that seem random will carry messages you needed to hear. A casual sentence from a stranger might feel like a line straight from heaven's screenplay. Numbers will repeat. Timing will be too exact to dismiss as coincidence. You'll turn a corner and meet someone whose presence feels like a missing piece in your story. You'll receive a message, a call, or a sign that resonates so deeply that it makes you pause and whisper, "This can't be real." But it is real. It is the supernatural bleeding into your natural world. This is the concept of divine scripting, and August 1st is the day it fully activates in your life. Nothing that came before was wasted. The tears, the betrayals, the silent battles where no one applauded you. Every moment was rehearsal. Heaven was preparing you for this exact sequence, editing your life in secret, positioning you for a scene where everything finally makes sense. The delays you resented were never denial, they were pacing. The rejections you endured were redirections toward the stage you were truly meant to stand on. The relationships that ended, the doors that slammed shut, the prayers that seemed unanswered, all of it was set up, not setback. On this day, you will feel the shift in your spirit first. Your atmosphere will carry an unusual electricity, like the air just before a storm. Your senses will sharpen. You'll feel hyper-aware, as if heaven itself is whispering stage directions to your soul. Pay attention to the subtleties, the way a familiar place suddenly feels unfamiliar, the way certain words echo louder than others. This is divine foreshadowing, the invisible realm signaling that the plot is moving. And here's the mystery that makes August 1st unforgettable. Life will feel scripted, but you are not acting. You won't have to force anything. Doors will open naturally. Conversations will flow as if pre-written. Divine appointments will occur without effort. It will feel like someone has been arranging your steps with precision, because someone has. God himself has been the director, and you are simply walking toward your cue. As the day unfolds, the ordinary will transform into the extraordinary. You may experience moments where time slows down, where a simple glance, a sound, or a word feels cinematic. This is your confirmation that the script has flipped. The world may see the same streets, the same sky, the same routine, but your eyes will notice the pattern, the alignment, the code that only the chosen can read. And by the time the sun begins to set on August 1st, you will feel it deep in your soul. This is not the same story anymore. The opening scene has played. The energy around you is charged with purpose. Something irreversible has begun, and the rest of the world is about to catch up to the truth that heaven has already declared. So, chosen one, lean in. Watch for the signals. Let your heart stay alert. The stage is yours, the cameras are rolling, and the first act of your divine premiere has officially begun. And just as the lights rise on this day, a whisper from the unseen world will echo in your spirit. This is it. Don't blink. The story just turned in your favor. The real question is, are you ready for the next scene? Because what happens next will not just surprise you, it will redefine you. Chosen one, once the script flips, the signs that you've stepped into a divine movie will start to unfold around you, and they will be impossible to ignore. These are not ordinary coincidences. They are cinematic clues that heaven has placed along your path to confirm that you are walking through a prophetic sequence. If you stay alert, you will start to see your life through a lens you've never experienced before, like every moment is part of a carefully directed scene. First, you'll begin to experience déjà vu in ways that feel electric. You might step into a room and suddenly feel, I've been here before. I've lived this moment already. But it won't feel unsettling. It will feel divine. This is heaven's way of saying, I've written this scene. You're exactly where you need to be. The subtle familiarity in those moments is confirmation that your life is following a script authored by God, and you are walking straight into the part of the story that was reserved for you alone. Then, watch how messages and calls arrive with perfect timing. A friend you haven't spoken to in months suddenly reaches out and says something that feels like a direct answer to a prayer you never spoke out loud. A random notification, an unexpected email, or even a casual conversation overheard in public might carry a message that hits your soul with weight. These are the lines of the script being delivered to you. The universe isn't speaking randomly. Heaven is orchestrating your awareness, cueing the dialogue of your destiny. You'll also notice doors opening without effort. Situations that once felt heavy, delayed, or blocked will suddenly move with supernatural ease. A document you were waiting for is approved instantly. A long-lost opportunity suddenly returns. People who previously ignored your presence now treat you with unexplainable respect. This is what it looks like when the divine director calls action. Everything that was in the background of your life steps into perfect alignment with your purpose. And here's what will make it feel truly cinematic. The synchronicity will be undeniable. Imagine walking into a place and hearing a song that perfectly describes what you're feeling. Imagine seeing repeating numbers on clocks, license plates, or receipts at the exact moment you're thinking of a decision. Imagine a door opening just as you approach it, not by human hand, but by timing that feels almost supernatural. In those moments, you will feel like the universe itself is cueing your entrance, like heaven is saying, the scene belongs to you now. As this day unfolds, your intuition will sharpen, and the boundaries between the natural and the supernatural will blur. Even your emotions will become prophetic signals. A sudden wave of peace might wash over you in a moment of uncertainty, telling you that you're safe in the script. A surge of excitement may hit your chest without warning, a divine nudge saying, pay attention, something is about to happen. And these inner cues are the spiritual soundtrack to your divine movie, guiding you scene by scene. And yet, the most thrilling part of this experience is that you will feel chosen without needing to perform. You will not have to chase these signs or force these moments. They will flow to you because this is your ordained sequence. The movie doesn't start when you make it happen. It starts when you become fully present to the fact that it's already happening. By the end of this phase, you will feel like you are living in a world that is both familiar and enchanted. The rooms you enter will feel charged. Your steps will feel guided. Every sense in your body will whisper that something extraordinary is in motion. And just as you start to realize that your life is no longer ordinary, the next scene is going to shock you even more. Something is about to appear that will prove this is not imagination. This is divine orchestration in real time. Chosen one. Every great movie has a turning point, a scene where the character who has been in the shadows, doubted, dismissed, and even mocked, suddenly steps into the light. This is your plot twist. August 1st is the moment your story pivots from silent endurance to undeniable visibility. All the seasons where you were overlooked weren't punishment, they were preparation. You were being developed in secret, refined away from the noise, while heaven wrote the scene that would reveal who you truly are. Think back to the times you felt invisible, when no one recognized the weight you carried or the fire you walked through. Those weren't wasted years. Every tear, every closed door, every lonely night was building the depth of your character. Heroes are not born in the spotlight. They are forged in the shadows. You were hidden, not rejected. You were delayed, not denied. While the world thought you were being ignored, heaven was rehearsing your reveal. On this day, the plot twist begins to unfold, and suddenly, what was hidden becomes highlighted. Blessings that were quietly forming in the background will start to surface in ways you can't ignore. Opportunities will appear as if they were waiting for your exact timing. Protection that was invisible, those near misses, those unexplained survivals, the unseen hand that carried you, will now become evident to the world. People will look at your life and wonder, how did this happen so suddenly? But you will know the truth. It wasn't sudden. It was strategic. Your enemies and doubters will witness this shift firsthand. The ones who whispered that you were finished will have to watch you rise. The ones who silently celebrated your delays will now see your acceleration. The silent observers who underestimated you will be forced to admit that something divine is backing your every step. And the most powerful part, you won't need to defend yourself or explain a thing. The light will speak for you. The same story that once embarrassed you will now empower you. The very wounds that people mocked will become badges of honor in your spotlight moment. As this divine plot twist unfolds, life will feel surreal. Imagine walking into a room and feeling the atmosphere shift in your favor. Conversations that used to ignore your presence now revolve around your name. Spaces that once felt closed off will feel like they were waiting for you all along. This is the moment when the main character finally takes center stage, and everything in the story realigns to honor their role. That character is you. But understand this. This isn't about ego or revenge. True vindication is silent. It's the power of being seen without having to prove anything. It's the calm confidence that comes from knowing heaven's timing cannot be delayed or denied. The same people who doubted you will see you elevated, and their own eyes will testify that God was directing your life all along. And as the plot twist deepens, your spirit will feel a mix of awe and empowerment. You will feel the weight of destiny settle on your shoulders, not as a burden, but as a crown. You will walk differently, not because you've changed, but because the world is finally seeing who you have been all along. This is the scene that justifies the entire movie of your life. By the end of this moment, as the day moves toward its peak, you will realize something profound. You were never forgotten, never abandoned, never ordinary. You were the lead, all along. The camera is on you now, and the story is about to enter the part that no one, except heaven, saw coming. And just as this truth sinks in, something even greater begins to stir in the background, a force that promises to not only reveal you, but transform you from the inside out. The next scene will take this revelation to a level you never imagined. Chosen one. Every external miracle, every public breakthrough, every visible elevation is always preceded by something far more powerful, an internal transformation. This is the part of the divine movie where the hero stops running, stops doubting, and finally steps into unshakable alignment with their true purpose. August 1st is not just about doors opening around you, it is about a door opening within you. And when that happens, nothing and no one can move you out of position. First, you will feel fear lift off your spirit like smoke from a fire that has burned out. The doubts that haunted you, the insecurities that once whispered you weren't enough, the anxiety that made you question your own steps, all of it will begin to dissolve. It won't be forced. It won't be the result of someone convincing you. It will be the natural byproduct of your soul stepping into alignment with heaven's timing. When the main character of a movie finally realizes who they are, when they embrace their role instead of questioning it, the energy around them changes. That is exactly what will happen to you. Then, as fear leaves, confidence will rise like a tide you can't hold back. But this confidence won't feel like arrogance or ego. It will feel like divine certainty. Suddenly, you will speak, and your own words will surprise you, because they carry authority you didn't even know you had. You will look in the mirror and see a version of yourself that feels whole. People will notice the shift. They might not understand it, but they will feel it. Your presence will no longer apologize for existing. Your very energy will declare, "I belong in the light that heaven placed on me." This inner transformation creates acceleration in the physical world. Once your spirit aligns with your purpose, manifestations that once felt delayed will rush toward you. Opportunities that seemed distant will suddenly appear at arm's length. Conversations that should have taken months to materialize will happen in a day. This is because spiritual alignment bends time. It removes resistance. It places you on the current of destiny, and once you are in that flow, life begins to move at a speed that others cannot comprehend. During this phase, you will also notice that your energy becomes magnetic. People will be drawn to you without knowing why. Resources will appear because they are now required to support the weight of your assignment. Even environments will respond differently. Rooms will feel brighter, ideas will come effortlessly, and divine connections will seem to walk straight into your path. It is as if the universe itself recognizes that the main character has arrived at their defining moment. But perhaps the most sacred part of this transformation is the inner stillness that rises in the middle of all this acceleration. The old you might have chased, begged, or forced opportunities. The new you simply attracts and receives. There is no panic in this version of you, because your soul finally knows the truth. Nothing that is yours can miss you, and nothing that misses you was ever yours. This deep spiritual knowing is what makes the hero unshakable. And as you settle into this elevated version of yourself, the world will begin to respond to you differently. Invitations will come, partnerships will form, financial provision will align effortlessly with your mission. This is not coincidence. It is the result of heavenly momentum colliding with earthly reality. It's the part of the movie where everything that was once scattered begins to fall perfectly into place, and the audience can feel that the hero's rise is inevitable. Yet even in this season of inner power and outer acceleration, a whisper will stir in your spirit, a sense that something even bigger is forming behind the scenes. Because as unshakable as you now feel, as magnetic as your energy has become, the story isn't done. The final act is approaching, and it will not just confirm who you are, it will echo across generations. And just as the curtain seems to lift on this new version of you, a ripple in the atmosphere announces that the climax of your story is about to begin. Chosen one. August 1st is not just a day for you, it is a day for your bloodline. This is the moment where the ripple of your obedience and your endurance begins to echo across generations. What you are stepping into is bigger than a blessing. It is a legacy. Heaven is not simply answering your prayers, it is rewriting history through your life. Every family has a pattern, a rhythm, a story that seems to repeat itself across decades. Maybe it's poverty, betrayal, addiction, silence, or cycles of heartbreak. And maybe you've felt that weight, that unspoken truth, as if your last name carried a script you never agreed to act out. But August 1st is the divine announcement that the cycle breaks with you. You are the plot twist that your ancestors prayed for, but never saw. In this season, your story becomes the turning point for everyone connected to your name. The struggles you've survived were not just about your personal growth. They were about collecting the keys to doors that no one in your bloodline had ever been able to open. Your courage to keep walking, even when misunderstood or isolated, has purchased freedom for those who come after you. Generational curses are collapsing, and generational blessings are taking their place. Picture this. A new branch of your family tree begins on August 1st. The choices you make, the breakthroughs you step into, the light you carry, these things will echo into the lives of children not yet born. A nephew, a niece, a child, or even a descendant you will never meet, will walk through a door that only opened because you refused to give up in your season of shadows. This is how legacy works. Heaven doesn't just reward the moment, it redeems the timeline. And it's not just about family by blood. Legacy extends to your community, your influence, your spiritual lineage. People who once saw you as quiet or ordinary will begin to realize that your life is a map for liberation. Your resilience will inspire others to step out of their own cycles. The faith that sustained you in private will become the torch that lights the path for others in darkness. Some will follow your example without ever telling you. They will rise because they saw you rise. This is why heaven chose you. Not because you were the loudest, the strongest, or the most celebrated, but because you were willing to endure the silent battles. You were willing to carry the weight of transformation when no one else volunteered. You became the hinge on which history turns. Your yes to the process became the seed of legacy. Feel the reverence of this moment. August 1st is not only the premiere of your divine movie, it is the launch of a new chapter in your lineage. Imagine heaven writing a new script over your family name. Where there was once lack, there will be abundance. Where there was betrayal, there will be loyalty. Where there was silence, there will be songs of praise. You are not just living a story, you are changing the story. And as this realization settles into your spirit, the weight of destiny will no longer feel heavy, it will feel holy. Every scar now feels sacred because it carries a story that will empower someone else. Every tear now feels purposeful because it watered a seed that will outlive you. You are walking proof that one life in alignment with heaven can shift an entire generation. As August 1st unfolds and you step deeper into your role, a quiet awareness will rise within you. This is no longer just about your rise. This is about the echoes of your life reshaping the future. And just as that awareness takes root, you will feel the atmosphere building towards something even greater. The final scene of your divine premiere, the conclusion that will leave your spirit trembling with awe. Chosen one. The curtain is rising. Heaven has shouted, "Action!" And now the world will witness the scene you were born for. This is not a rehearsal anymore. This is the moment destiny breathes through your lungs. This is the moment the invisible becomes undeniable. Feel it. The air around you is charged. Every step you take now carries the weight of prophecy fulfilled. The battles you fought in silence were never wasted. The tears you cried in the dark became the ink heaven used to write this very scene. And now, the lights are on you. Not to expose your flaws, but to reveal your crown. In this moment, something awakens inside you. A fire that cannot be extinguished. A knowing that you were never ordinary, never forgotten, never late. You were chosen to rise exactly here, exactly now, and from this day forward, nothing will feel the same, because you are not the same. Let these words echo in your spirit like a holy declaration. Your wait is over. Your name is on heaven's call sheet. The movie begins now.